Hey everybody, this is week 2, lesson 1, guided notes. Today, we're going to be dividing with unit fractions. Go ahead and pause the video and take the next 2 minutes to start your do now. Press play when you're done. So, our do now, we have the division equation, 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. And we're determining the dividend, divisor, and quotient. So in a division equation, the dividend always represents our first number, and that is our whole, or what is being shared or divided. And in this problem, what is being shared is the number 6. Our divisor represents what we're dividing by. It could also be what we're dividing into, so how many groups there are. And in this case, that number is 2. So we're taking 6, our whole, and we're dividing it either into 2 equal groups or dividing it into groups of 2. We will end up with a quotient or an answer 3. So your quotient is your answer in your division equation. So we're going to use this information, this understanding of what our dividend, our divisor, and our quotient is as we continue working in the next problem. So looking at problem 1, we have the snack shop has 8 pounds of peanuts to sell. If the peanuts are sold in 1/3 pound bags, how many bags of peanuts can the shop sell? So what's going on in this problem? Well, we've got a snack shop and they're selling some peanuts. So we've got a snack shop selling peanuts. And they're selling the peanuts in 1/3 pound bags. So they're selling bags of peanuts. Make sure that as you're working on your guided notes, following along, that your paper matches my notes. So now that we understand what's going on or what's happening in the problem, we can start to evaluate exactly what each part of our division equation will be. So thinking of our dividend, the first number in our division equation, as the number that is being shared or it's being divided, we can reread the problem and we can look for clue information in the problem to determine what is actually being shared or divided in the word problem. So we've got the snack shop has 8 pounds of peanuts to sell. We're selling the peanuts. The peanuts are what's being shared. So our peanuts represent our whole. That is what we're selling. So where it says, how do we know? I know that because in the problem, it's saying that we are selling bags of peanuts. So peanuts have to be our whole. Whatever's being shared or whatever's being sold in this problem is what we are dividing. And that represents our dividend. And then what we are dividing by represents our divisor. So we can go back to problem 1 and we can figure out, well, what exactly is our divisor going to be? We're looking for what we're dividing the peanuts into or what we're dividing the peanuts by. So reading the problem, we see that if the peanuts are sold in 1/3 pound bags, so we're dividing the peanuts into bags. So What are we dividing by in this problem? We're dividing by bags. Now, I can take this information and I can create a verbal expression. So we're creating an expression, but this time only using words. Only using words. So, thinking about our structure for our division equation, we always start the division equation with the dividend, or what our whole is. So in this problem, we said that our whole, or what we were dividing or sharing, was our peanuts. So I'm going to write peanuts first in our division equation. Let me change the color here real quick, just to be consistent. Sorry, guys. And we said that we were dividing these peanuts into bags. So the peanuts are being divided by our divisor, which is the bags. Now that we've written our verbal expression, we can translate this into a numerical expression. And we can do that by going back to the initial word problem, and we can see what numbers we have associated for peanuts and for bags. Let's start with peanuts. Let's go back to the word problem and see what number we have associated for the whole or the total amount of peanuts. In our word problem, we highlighted that the snack shop has 8 pounds of peanuts to sell. That's our whole. So we're going to use the number 8 and replace the word peanuts with the number 8 in our numerical expression. Now those 8 pounds of peanuts that we're selling, they're being divided into bags. Bags of what? Well, it says sold in 1/3 pound bags. So we're selling them with 1/3 pound in each of the bags. This represents our size of group. So where it says bags in our verbal expression, I am going to replace that with the fraction 1/3 to represent how much peanuts we're putting into each bag. So we've read through the problem, and we read to identify what our dividend and our divisor was. Then we created a verbal expression, and then we used that verbal expression to identify the numbers associated with our dividend and divisor, and we translated it into a numerical expression. That's all we're doing today, guys. We are not going to be evaluating for the answer. The 3 steps that I want you to take today are going to be 1, read to identify the dividend. Remember, that's our whole. And our divisor, what we're dividing by. Second, you're going to create a verbal expression. Remember, this is when we use only words. Then we're going to take our verbal expression and translate it into a numerical expression. That's where we use words. Remember, no evaluating today. So as you're working on the problem set, you're following these 3 steps, and I'm sure you'll be successful. Talk to you guys later.